What's good, YouTube? Today I'm gonna be talking about the time I took 4 tabs of acid, LSD, and how a real intense trip, that lasted a minute. It was hella long. I ain't gonna lie. So boom, I was about like 20. I'll say 20 years old, and I don't really know. Like, I'm gonna try to like do it in chronological order, but I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? That was a minute ago, so I'm just trying to remember it, and try to tell the story in order. But if I fuck up, I'm saying, I go back, but everything gonna make sense at the end anyways. So boom. I don't remember the day, how it started. I just remember this is the earliest memory I have. I know that I hit my mans up like, yo, come through with some tabs. Alright, boom. So he planned it out. And I was low-key a fiend back then. Like, I don't really do that shit no more. I don't really do any type of drugs no more. So boom, back then I was a fiend, so I was getting a cut. So I'm like, yo, pull up with like 4 tabs for me. And also that was back when I was doing psychedelics a lot, so I thought you build a tolerance for them, which you technically kind of do, I guess. But either way, you never know. You OD it real quick, you might, be in for a time, that you probably wasn't prepared for. So boom, I'm like, let me get 4 tabs. But I was with my ex and her cousin. So boom, they was like, let me get 1 each. You see what I'm saying? So I'm getting 6 in total. So boom, I'm waiting for him all day, but I go to get a cut, and I'm with my ex at the time. I had to go to my barber like in his house, and he lived like in a building, like boom, like damn, that shit was like 7 stories high, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere high, in a high building. So he's cutting my hair, but like the way everything timed out, my mans was ready to pull up on me like while I'm getting a haircut. So I tell the barber, I'm like, see, cause I'm a fiend. Like me now, I would have been like, damn nigga, I'll meet up with you later, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fiend, I'm trying to trip ASAP. So he is like, yo, I can slide now. I'm like, fuck it, slide. I give him the address, boom. My barber like, damn nigga, you calling niggas to my shit, nigga? I'm like, chill. He go downstairs, you don't know your apartment number, you good. So I go downstairs, I grab them shits, feel me? I'm in the nigga's apartment with my ex. Why did I do that? I don't know. She could just stay wherever she was at and I get a cut and pop out, but fuck it, that's not even relevant. So boom, I come back up. I think my fiend ass nigga, no bullshit, took him like right there when I grabbed him, like took all 4. So took all 4, boom, come upstairs. I'm getting the cut, nigga. So I'm already like, he might have just started when I grabbed him, but like now that I'm back up, he like, all right, really, like, let's finish this cut up. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bro, usually when I take any type of acid, it takes like, what's it called? Like an hour or some shit to hit, really. Bro, when I took them shits, it was like 20 minutes and I was just like, damn, I'm kind of busting right now. So I'm like, shit, looking at my ex, because I think I tripped with her a couple times. So I kind of giving her that look like, damn, he's just kind of starting to kick in. And I'm, if you know anything about acid or LSD or any type of psychedelics, you kind of gotta, well, I learned that day, you gotta like be around people that you're comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, in a comfortable environment, So that was, I ain't expect him to kick in like that. So boom, I low key am like starting to trip, feeling weird, and I dead ass just tell the barber, yo, you can just wrap this up, no bullshit, and I'll pay you for the full cut, but you can wrap it up. Mind you, I'm like, got like short hair, and he gave me like a half a taper. So this shit kicks in, you know what I'm saying? Just remember, I'm leaving with half a haircut, like literally half a haircut. I got half a taper on one side, on the other side, I'm just wolfing. So he's like, you dead ass? Shout out my nigga Manny. I seen him the other day. He chilling. I wonder if he remembers that shit though. He probably didn't even know I went downstairs to get tabs because I was crazy like that. Like I probably didn't even tell him what I was doing. So I just left in the middle of shit like, yeah, I gotta go. He was like, you dead ass? I'm like, yeah. So boom, we leave. So I don't think my ex was tripping. She probably already knew what's up. She probably like, bet, nah. I don't remember what she said, but anybody would be like, damn, nigga, you just left with half a haircut. That's crazy. So we already off to a bad start. So boom, we leaving. I think then we pick up her cousin and shit. And we was going to like, you know, like a reservoir. Then we was going to walk around and shit. So that was cooling. We was cooling, probably smoking and shit. So, boom. I already cut my finger with a knife. I had like a little, like, I don't know how to say it, like on my finger, I had like a flap because I cut it with a knife. I was cutting some fish. And so it was a pretty decent flap, like the type of shit, like, it was a flap on my finger, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a deep cut, nothing OD, like I ain't have to get stitches, but it was a flap on my finger, like that I cut, and like, so I forgot about that shit, so we're busting. At that point, I don't know if they was busting shit, I was busting, we was all vibing. We get to the reservoir, whatever, I don't know what we was doing, I'm fucking around, I go to pick my ex up on some just fucking around type shit, and we was cooling, we was all laughing and shit. I pick her up, I'm running or some shit, I let her down, we walking out of nowhere. I don't know if she saw blood on her or I saw blood on me, but we saw blood, so I'm like, bro, what the fuck is that? I look at my finger, meanwhile I'm up there already. I look at my finger and my shit is leaking and the flap is open. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And low key, her cousin was like already like kind of like an anxious, you know what I'm saying, person. Oh, I remember that walk too. No, we walked around that whole shit too. It must have been towards the end. I remember. All right, boom. So yeah. That wasn't at the beginning. I thought it was at the beginning of the walk, but nah. We walked around that shit. It was cooling. We was cooling. I don't know at what point where I picked her up, but obviously we started like being like, damn nigga, you're leaking out of your finger. So we left. I'm going home at the time. So we go to my house. At that point, I think everybody done reached their busing, level. Busing, if y'all don't know what busing means, that just means niggas was high. You feel me? Like, we was at that. We was probably not at the highest point we was gonna be, but we was high. So we get to the crib. They just stay in like the living room kinda, like talking and shit, while I'm like trying to figure myself out with this finger shit, I feel like in a normal situation, that would have been some regular shit. Like, I cut my finger, you know what I'm saying, rinse it, put a band-aid on it, but I don't know. Since I was cutting fish when I cut my hand, I started thinking like, damn, like, what if my shit's infected with like fish blood, with like, I'm rinsing it in the water. I'm like, is this water, I'm rinsing it in the bathroom sink. I'm like, is this fucking water even fucking like clean? Like, I'm really thinking like my finger's about to get infected. This shit's going, because that's low-key true, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cut my finger, you know what I'm saying? Shit is getting up in my body, really. And I think I just realized that, like, oh shit, like, I cut myself with a fucking fish knife, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm tweaking. I'm like, dude, what does a normal person do in this situation? I'm looking in the mirror. I got half a haircut. You feel me? I'm looking in the mirror like, damn, I'm busting. I got half a haircut. I'm bleeding on my fingers. So while I'm over there fucking having a whole moment, I hear like we went to the same school, me and my ex's cousin. I didn't even know that she went to the school, but she told me like, we eventually, like, she told me like, hey, I went to that school too. So I'm in there busting, freaking out, trying to be like the leader of the group, but having my own little moment. And I just hear from the room, the living room, her cousin be like, yo, you remember student management? And student management is like, I don't know, it was like a middleman room for, like, you get sent to the principal's office. Like, I don't know, they just had a room where they would send kids, like, if you would get in trouble. It's not like they finna send you to the principal's office directly. they make you do work and shit there while you're not in class. They call your parents and shit. So boom, I'm like busting in the room, and she just say that. So that kind of took me out of my like serious moment. I'm just like, bro, my finger is motherfucking cut. I'm leaking, and the shit does not stop bleeding. And she talking about, you remember student management? I'm just like, yeah, I remember that, the room where they sent you to da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, yeah. I was just like, yeah. So then like I locked back in, like, okay. While I'm in there, like I'm in the room, I'm in the bathroom, gotta be for like almost 10 minutes, which shouldn't take that long, which like somebody could have helped me. You know what I mean? But so boom, I come back out. No, I don't come back out. I'm in the bathroom, and I hear like my ex tell her cousin, like, yo, I'm sorry he's tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like on some like she's embarrassed of me shit. Like, I'm sorry he's tweaking out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like trying to apologize for how I'm acting. So I instantly like, well, I thought I heard her say that. You know what I'm saying? So I come out and I'm like, yo, what did you just say? And she was just like, yo, I was what? I'm like, what did you just say? I heard what you said. She was like, nah, I was just asking her like if she's good and shit. But you know what I'm saying, to this day, who knows? Let's leave it up in the air. Who knows if she really said that shit, and who knows if she didn't. I could have been hearing shit. You get a little paranoid, you hear shit, you've already freaking out. So I was just like, oh, okay, never mind that. And then I just remember, like, I don't remember what I was talking about, but I was definitely tripping out. And they're just on one tab, so they're kind of on a lower level. And I was just like saying one thing, and then I'm like, oh, I mean, unless I'm tripping. And they were like, you're tripping. And I'm like, oh, I'm tripping. Okay. But then I was like, no, because if and and then like, I'm like, but no, that doesn't make sense. Like, and they're like, you're just tripping. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just tripping. So I was going back and forth for like, I was going like crazy for like 10 minutes. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I could think back, like, that was not the best. Like, I'm supposed to be low-key the trip sitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be Mr. Psychedelic at the moment. Like, I'm the one who arranged that night. So, boom, fuck it. I don't know. We got past that trip and shit. They was all pretty chill, you know what I'm saying? So, boom. We ended up watching a movie. So, I'm just sitting next to my ex. They're fucking... Everybody's chilling. My ex's cousin is on another... Like, it's like across the room. But I'm watching TV and my ex is next to me. Bro, why when I'm watching the movie, I just like, from the corner of my eye, like my peripheral vision, not looking directly at her, but like from my peripheral vision, her face, like my ex's face was like, her jaw was like dropping down low, like on some like a scary movie type shit, like rah. Like, I don't know if you could, like the Scream mask, like how the mouth drops mad low. That shit was like, fucked me up real quick. So I looked at her and I was like, yo, what are you doing? And she just looked at me like with a normal face, obviously, because I look at her and now she got a normal face. And she's like, what? That shit was like a movie. Like, the movies where like something happens and then somebody's like, what the fuck was that? And then the person's like, what? Like, we're chilling. And I was just like, that shit felt like mad like a movie, nigga. And I looked at her and I'm like, what the fuck? So I looked away, looking at TV, and that shit just happened again. Like, boom, like, I don't know, her face was just doing some crazy shit. So I'm like, nah, you fucking tripping. I'm thinking this like the universe trying to tell me like she's a demon or some shit. So that happened. I don't really, I guess we ended up chilling, but obviously I wasn't like super chilling. So then it comes like getting late and I gotta take them home, but I'm at the point where I'm super bussing. I'm on super bussing level. So that like we all kind of agree like I can't drive. So I lived across the street from my brother. So we had to go to like across the street to my brother's house. Like boom. All right, whatever. We all agree. Like he's like, he was a real nigga in the moment. Like, all right, my little brother's bussing. Finna just take them home. So they take them home. I'm low-key telling my ex like, yo, I'm bussing. Like, you should not leave. Like, you about to leave me in the house alone. So boom. He takes them home. They come back. I'm at a point where I'm like, shit, well, I don't really want to be alone right now. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who ever did that shit, you probably understand. Like, sometimes you don't even want to be alone. Like, I was just busting. Like, so I'm chopping it up with them. It's him and his baby moms. I'm just like kind of talking crazy, not crazy, but I'm just like high, you feel me, like talking about all type of shit with them. And I don't know, his baby mom was kind of cool about the whole shit. I guess she kind of just understands what fucking somebody's just blasted out their mind, so she was kind of handling it kind of good. My brother was just chilling. I think he just kind of is always like smooth, just doesn't really come off judging, and I'm just talking like crazy. So anyways, not talking crazy, like, but I was just saying like things like, I was just like, you know, like, you guys could switch up on me, you guys could fucking like turn your backs on me, or like, and it doesn't matter. And then he was just like, nigga, I'm your brother, like I'll fucking ever turn my back on you. So I don't know, I was just talking crazy. I was telling his baby mom like what if I don't even like I don't even really fuck with you? And she's like, that's okay, like you don't have to fuck with me. And I was just like, nah, but I wasn't even being rude. I was just like, yo, like I just like don't fuck with you and shit. So that's just, feel me, we're just on the porch talking for mad long. It gets to a point where, you know what I'm saying, nobody wants to hear the fucking, you know, like they're not tripping. So it's like they gotta fucking, I'm talking about this is like 11 p.m. type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it comes to a point where it's like, okay, they heard enough and they want to go to bed, you know, it's just a regular day for them. They don't care if I'm busting. So I'm like, okay, so we separate, boom, I just go across the street, I go to the house. So now I'm in the house, you know what I'm saying, by myself, and I'm just like, for some reason, it was like a movie, you know, when the movie gets super intense, like, and then the guy is like, the music's getting really loud, and it was really intense for me. So I like was hearing shit, and then like I just was like, I ran out the house, and then like all the sounds stopped, you feel me, like I was kind of going crazy. So I'm in the house, it's like like the moment's building up, getting mad suspenseful, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then boom, I just run out the house, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, I run out the house and there's nobody. It's like 12 in the morning, so there's nobody. And I just kind of like laughed, and I was like, okay, like this is what it is. I'm by myself, you know what I'm saying, and I'm still busting. So I just kind of laughed, like, okay, kind of accepted it, like, okay, so I'm just by myself in this shit for the rest of the night. That didn't mean shit. Just because I shrugged it off, I went back inside. I was still like busting. I was just playing Doo-Wop Kane's fucking Underdog 2. I don't know. That tape where he got the fucking Snoopy sleeping on top of the shit. Like, I was just listening to that whole shit. First of all, that's a trippy album in general, nigga. And I was just listening to it and it busting. And I was just like paranoid as fuck. I put the bed like on the door. I put my bed like on the like door so that nobody could get in, and I was really just like geeked all night. I was trying to talk to my ex on the phone, but obviously she fell asleep too, so I'm just like up, like listening to that shit, busting, you know what I'm saying. And I called my boy at the time, and I think I told him. Nah, he was like, oh, like, I don't know if it was at that time, but it was probably like, yeah, it was probably around that time. I was like, yo, I took like 4 tabs, and he was just like, you did? Like, kind of like very like, I don't know. He could have been like, oh, you're chilling, bro, you're chilling. He just kind of was like, oh, you did, bro? Like, damn, like why'd you do that type shit? So I was just like, that kind of made me feel like worse. And then, I don't know, eventually, obviously, I like chilled out, and I fucking, maybe I just fell asleep, you know what I mean? I don't even think I fell asleep on my life, because I remember like taking a shower in the morning and being like, I hear, or like, you've been up all night, you hear the birds, and I just heard the birds chirping and shit, and I was just like, there you go, it's daytime. It's just crazy to think, like, you know, at the moment I was like, damn, everybody been sleeping, I've been tweaking all night, I wake up now, I'm like, everybody's gonna wake up. I just watch niggas go to sleep and wake up. Not literally like watching them, but like I live across the street from my brother, so I watch him go to sleep, then I watch him like in the morning, like he come to the porch, he drink his coffee, he smoking his weed and shit. I'm like, shit, I'm still busting. Like, so I'm taking a shower and shit, I'm feeling my hair, like damn, what the fuck, my hair's attached to my head, like I'm just still busting. I'm like, yo, I got half a haircut still, this looks crazy, like, so. But I think after that I was just chilling. It was the next day, you know what I mean, the high then came down. But yeah, that was one time I took 4 tabs of acid. So with all of this said, you know what I'm saying, I'm not encouraging to do drugs at all. Feel me? Not any type of drugs, not no psychedelics. I don't want to hear niggas say, oh, mushrooms, LSD, you know what I'm saying? That's just not really psychedelic. I mean, that's just not really drugs. Like, nigga, a drug is something, to me, a drug is something that's gonna alter your state of mind, you feel me? And them shits definitely do, you know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do it, use it with caution. Never be tripping back to back, you know what I'm saying? Do that shit every once in a while if you're gonna do it. I don't think you need to. I think it could help, but some people in the wrong hands, it might not help. It might make shit worse, you know what I'm saying? Don't think that because your friend did this shit and he was depressed and now he's like fucking happy-go-lucky now, that's gonna happen for you. You might have different state of minds, you know what I'm saying? Different mindsets that you might fucking do it and you might end up more depressed after it. You might be like, damn, life really sucks, you know? So I don't encourage nothing, but you know, y'all niggas gonna do what y'all gonna do. So I'm just saying, do it all carefully and definitely not. Y'all gonna do psychedelics, that's one thing, but it is true, like hard drugs, you feel me? I don't judge because we're not trying to make people feel down, but feel me, that's just not good for your body regardless. And you're not trying to do nothing that's not good for your body. You know what I'm saying? That shit's really dangerous. You don't want to die out here. So that's what I'm saying. Cause now, you know what I'm saying, I done did it all. Not no hardcore drugs. I ain't never even did no coke. So, but I did a lot of the So just, that's coming from a perspective. I'm not no narc. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from somebody who done been through that. Don't get too high. You know what I'm saying? These niggas get too high and they be like stuck in a trip or whatever. I don't think they're really stuck in a trip. Them niggas just, you know what I'm saying, did a little too much, you know what I'm saying, whatever they do, and that shit just altered the way that they think. You know what I'm saying? They ain't walking around seeing fucking kaleidoscopes all the time. You know what I'm saying? People that never did it, they think, oh, you fucking get stuck in a trip. You don't get stuck in a trip, nigga. That shit might just make you think some type of way, and then after you stuck thinking like that. So boom, you know what I'm saying? Do everything carefully, you know what I'm saying? If you're a young nigga, you're fucking 15, 16, 17, you know what I'm saying? That's when I was doing it, but you know what I'm saying? Just build a strong mindset before you do any of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Get to know yourself, you know? But anyways, yeah, that was the time I did 4 tabs of acid, and I was in for a little time, a little night, you know what I'm saying? I definitely would call it a bad trip. Some people might had worse, but that was one of my worst, you know what I'm saying? I was feeling bad, like kind of paranoid all night. So, but yeah, if you fuck with this video, I definitely got more stories. Other times I did DMT before, you know what I'm saying? Other times I did acid, other times I did shrooms, you know what I'm saying? So if you fuck with this video, you feel me? Subscribe, like the video, you feel me? Leave me a comment. Times y'all did shrooms and shit. I'm out here. I love all them stories, nigga. Coming from somebody who understands that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, fuck with me.